Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here today.
Absolutely.
So let's start. Raziel Therapeutics is a pharmaceutical company. We have developed a new drug for a single-session injectable therapy for a focal fat reduction. We have a proprietary injectable formulation. It's a new chemical entity for a localized aesthetics and therapeutics fat reduction. We completed 8 successful clinical studies in the US for various indications. We are going to initiate a phase 3 study in submental very soon. The expected time to market is 2026, and phase 2B in flanks, and expected time to market is 2027. We have remarkable efficacy, single session, 3 months for desired effect, and we signed a commercial license agreement with Fosun Pharma in China, for Big China, for $74 million, plus royalties for revenues. We have a highly professional team, and we backed with top industry KOLs. About the mechanism of action, we have a small molecule. After injection to the fat cells, our molecule causes the burst of the membrane of the fat cells. Then, of course, the fat cells death, and macrophages arrive to the area, remove all the fat cells, and there is healing by a new connective tissue that enters to the area and shrinkage and replace the previous tissue. About the advantage and why we believe that our drug is best in class, of course, there's the view of physicians and the view of patients. In view of physicians, we can offer a very, very easy-to-use procedure, short time of procedure, and of course, very, very not required investment like capital equipment and non-maintenance. In the view of patients, we have a very, very single procedure, simple procedure, short time, and of course, superior results after 3 months. This is our clinical development plan. So we are going to initiate phase 3 study in submental, phase 2B in flanks, and we are involved in therapeutics indications in Derkum disease. It's an optional study to go to phase 2-3 study in this indication. We are targeting our drug to various indications in aesthetics, in submental, body contouring, and other indications like cellulite or gynecomastia and all the other indications. And we are involved in therapeutics indications like Derkum disease, lipedema, and lipomas. Data from our clinical studies. So we finalized a phase 2B study in the middle of 2022. It was double-blind study, randomized. 150 patients participated in this study. We had 3 groups: high dose, low dose, and placebo. We used a proprietary scales that developed by the company, and of course, we did a validation in these scales, and of course, we can use it in phase 3 study too. This is part of the results. The primary endpoint was improvement of 1 grade in physician scales, and you can see that almost 90% of the patients had 1 grade improvement by physicians' scales. Secondary endpoint was improvement of 2 scales in both, 2 grades improvement in both scales of patients and physicians, and we had 35% patients that had improvement of 2 grades in both scales, physicians and patients. This is secondary endpoint about the MRI. So you can see that in the high dose, we had a 50% reduction in the high dose. This was the average reduction in volume in the patient that participated and got the high dose. That is very, very nice after single procedure to get a reduction of 15% reduction in volume. Now it's the time to see the screen and to see some pictures about the results of the study. These patients got 30 injections. You can see in the left side, this is the grade of the scales. The top line is before and the bottom it's after. And you can see the reduction in the improvement from 3 to 2 in the scales, in the grades. You can see the improvement in the picture. In the right side, you can see the MRI picture. What you see in white, this is the fat cells. You can see the shrinkage of the area by the MRI. And this patient, she had 37%, 34% reduction in volume by MRI. In other patients, you can see here, she got 30 injection 2. You can see the score in the left side, 3 in both scales, and the improvement to 1 after the treatment. You can see in the right side the MRI, and she had 12% reduction in volume by MRI. And this, the last patient in this presentation, she had 4 and 3 before, and the improvement was to 1 in both scales, and she had 37% reduction by MRI. So I think by all of that, after a single procedure only, you can see the result, you can see the improvement, of course, in picture, scales, and MRI. We decided to check our efficacy and body contouring, and we did a flank study, double-blind flank study with 12 patients. And you can see here in the left side, this is before. In the right side, this is after. It was just in the right side, we did the active injected in the right side, in the right picture. And you can see the difference between the right side of the flank to the left side in the right picture. This is the placebo versus the active. So if we see all the summary of this study, you can see that 63% of the patient had marked improvement in the treatment area, and 82% were satisfied from the results after the treatment. Based on this result, we decided to go to phase 2B study in flanks, and we're going to initiate it during this year. We have 3 publications about mechanism of action, vertigo disease, and the phase 2B study. And our plan is to go and to start phase 2B study in flanks and phase 3 study in submental this year, and hopefully to get data during next year. Thank you very much.